Hello everyone, Artemiis back here once again, and we are jumping straight back into Pokemon Y. We are on the road to the second gym leader, if I'm not mistaken. We have a party of Pokemon, 6 of them, generally between levels 21 and 29 being the highest, led by a Honedge, Javert. And let's go ahead, let's take a look at the next area. So first of all, we're going to head down to Route 8 again, but this time we're on the lower level of Route 8. Before we were up above. We can remember from being up above that there was I had thought there was an item down here, but I'm not seeing a clear way to access it. I could be wrong. Alright, continuing forward. Another berry tree, Mago. Ah, excellent. Dowsing machine application and our first trainer of the route. Let's go. Swimmer Genevieve. They just get more beautiful every generation, ladies and gentlemen. Bringing out a Wingull. And finally, we're almost over that level curve here. Honedge coming in with an excellent strategy of Swords Dance, so its attack doubles. And then a priority move, so that it can get over its incredibly low speed. Sustaining some damage, apparently low special defense here. But more or less hanging in there. And I don't think we can use Aerial Ace right now. War total reaching 28. Gonna go ahead and give it another special water move, Water Pulse. And I'm actually going to go ahead and try out my Pass Power for healing the lead Pokemon. Or O Power, as they're now called. HP Restoring Power costs 2 bubbles. Restores the HP of the lead. And we'll go ahead and use an attack Pass Power also. So that Honedge is going to be more powerful for the next 3 minutes or so. And we have another swimmer. Or fisherman this time. Wharton. And as we can see, that Pass Power at the cost of just 2 of those 10 bubbles more or less completely restored Javert's HP, which was quite helpful. See what we can do to Tentacool with Shadow Sneak. And we can also see that the attack raising O power has actually increased Javert's attack enough that he can now start one-shotting things using Shadow Sneak with just a single Swords Dance. Which means that sweeping teams like this is actually a lot easier. So the strategy isn't so much about the Pokemon itself, Honedge, but as it is about just going ahead to use those O powers. They turn in quite handy. And if you're playing with a friend, you can send each other those O powers over infrared communications while using only half of the bubbles. And I don't know how exactly you get bubbles, but I can only assume it's something like amount of time spent playing the game or steps taken, something like that. And there we go, a clean sweep. Go ahead and pull out another O power for healing. HP restoring. And let me see if I missed anything down below the root a second here. Yes, actually I may well have done so. Nope, it looks like that's probably going to be a dowsing machine location. I don't particularly like using the dowsing machine during the game playthrough because basically most of the time you're going to forget about dowsing machine, and every once in a while you're going to remember it and use it randomly. It's much easier to just go through the game and then just take like 2 hours to go through the entire map with dowsing machine and get all the hidden items. Because most of them are not going to be particularly useful in-game anyway. They're things like plates and stones, gems from Generation 5 and 4. Once again, we're going to use our stereotypical strategy with Hone Edge. And because Hone Edge has the ability No Guard, it actually goes through Shelder's attempt at protecting there, which is a very interesting thing to note for any competitive players trying to learn this generation. Hone Edge is probably going to be a Pokemon we see used a lot. I don't know what its stats are, I don't know if it evolves or anything yet, but it seems quite useful. Something else I ought to do is probably check in my PC. When we caught the Snorlax a couple episodes ago, it's possible, historically Snorlax's in-game are going to be holding leftovers, which would actually be a very useful item to give a Pokemon like Javert who has to take a hit at the beginning of every battle to get up its Sword Stance. So we'll take a look at that when we get back. Masquerain. Oh, and I make a poor switch here, as Masquerain's going to use a water attack. But now I have the type advantage with Peck, so we'll quickly finish this. Here we can see a cracked boulder. This is interesting. Well, yes, I know that I can use it since I just used... oh, whatever. Alright, and the rest of that route was basically a straight shot to Cyllage City. Presumably there's probably a gym here. Let's find out. Interesting music. Sachet. Which I believe is an evolutionary item. Yep. Yep, there's a gym leader. It also sounds like we're getting a bicycle in this city, which will be interesting. That seems to be a bike slope. Another hard stone for powering up rock type attacks. What kind of Pokemon do we think will be hiding in rocks on the beach? Krabby, Shuckle. There's a max revive. That was nice. Alright, so moving onward here. Interesting. Let's try the middle expensive option, the table. Seems like our health was restored or something. So basically this cafe is going to be a place to get more Pokemon seen into your Pokédex. No, I did not. Alright, leaving the cafe. And advancing. I'm actually having trouble keeping track of where all I've been in this town. Make no mistake. Here we go, HM Strength, which will make getting through that cave a little bit easier. Also, there were a few hidden items on Route 8, apparently. So before we can go use that, however, we need to go to the gym, which probably means following that guy. Yep. There's another item, X Defense. So we'll go back up there, and that's probably where the gym is. Now, what kind of trainer is going to be using Pokemon that use Strength? This will be interesting. Houses in the game are generally set up to give you information in a set. So this house was all about the GTS. There was the previous one we were in was all about link trading in general. And here's our bicycle shop. Yellow or green bicycle? What do I want? Let's go with the green. It's a little bit more subtle. Okay, then. Go ahead and register the bicycle. The dowsing machine. The old rod.
What's up, Artemiis?
So, we're in I believe this is the town of the second gym here. I'm going to stop by the Poke Center real quick, and then actually that'll be the second gym battle, so it should be pretty interesting.
Very nice.
The team is over-leveled. I have no clue what type the trainer's going to use, but...
You know, it's funny. You and Alex's levels aren't far behind me. It's just...
time-wise, yeah. I know for me, the entire reason that's been is because I've just caught so many Pokemon at this point that... Since they all give experience. No! Wait.
Yeah, what do you... I was actually curious to hear. What is your thoughts on that?
On the experience-giving levels?
Yeah.
Honestly, I like it. It makes it so that you don't have a trade-off to face between fighting Pokemon and,
especially the ones
and
that
catching
take forever.
Yeah, exactly. Luvdisc for Steelix. That's a good match eventually. No, the one thing I'm not exactly approving of is the XP share system. We talked about this a little bit before, but it's, it's bizarre. I'm not exactly sure why that would be. That they've made it so that it basically acts as an XP all, but
And what did you think of the little love scene with the fireworks?
It's adorable. I mean, you got a girlfriend in black too, and this character seems to be.
It was unofficial because like they never. She was like she never flat out said she liked you. It was just like.
Wait, are you talking black too or?
Black too, yeah.
False.
She just no. She was like I have so much fun being with you. Is
yeah,
it 'cause I'm with you, or...
it's so nice.
Have you also noticed how easy it is to make money in this game?
No, actually, with buying Pokeballs and such, I have not been
Have
terribly...
you done the battle chateau thing yet?
Yes.
Okay, that thing makes you so much cash. Go back to it as quick as you can.
Yep.
Alright, I'm gonna leave you to your work, Artemiis.
Swap out my starter here, put the amulet coin back up front, maybe switch my troubles. Well, when you're back, I will presumably be done with the second gym leader and on to greater things. We'll see.
Sounds good. You got some catching up to do. Good thing we didn't do the race. I'd be crushing you right now.
This is for sure.
Then again, I had 9 hours last night. I just didn't do anything but the game. So, alright, peace.
And here's the friendship massage, stereotypical measure for making your Pokemon more familiar with you in these games. All right, now let's test out this bike, shall we? Oh, what excellent biking music. Another hotel, possibly going to get another O-Power. And here's a TM for us. Rest. And Sleep Talk. There he is, the elusive Mr. O. What's he going to give us this time? Prize money power. Good, we'll use that right before we enter the gym. So basically we need to watch for these hotels. Anything with a yellow, with like this sort of bronze door. It's just a general good place to go to. Okay, here's the cafe we were just in. And that is probably the road to another route. Yep, good. Which means there's only one thing left to do. Take on the gym. Cyllage City Gym. It's a tower. So no clear indication of what type we're looking at here. Rock type. Which means we're going to want to load up with Marah in front. The War Turtle. And it looks like we actually rock climb to advance in the gym. This is quite neat, a properly 3D gym. Alright. Can't quite go up there, so that'll be our path returning home. Rock climbing is quite a fun pastime. I enjoy myself. Alright, first one up is Dwebble. Remember that Dwebble has Sturdy, so it's going to, whatever we hit it with, it's going to hit right back at us. We'll not be able to one-shot it. So we'll start with a weak move just to break the Sturdy. And then we can try to finish it off with Bubble. Or Water Gun. Good. Next up, Relicanth. Here Pikachu would have come in handy, but in its absence, we'll go with Antoinette and the fighting move Rock Smash, which is another useful note. If you don't have something that's super effective on Rock-type Pokemon, you can automatically just get the TM Rock Smash, which we saw getting in a few videos past, and have your Pokemon go ahead and use that. I stand corrected. This is going to be a battle of attrition. There we go. Relicanth is down. Alright, we're going to take this time, go to the bottom screen in the O powers. We want to add attack power and defense power. And we quickly advance. Make sure we hit up all the trainers because they're free XP that we won't be able to take on after the gym leader's beaten. And here's a Soul Rock. Start off with Water Pulse for the chance of confusing. Finish with Bubble. And next out is Lunatone. Same tactics, Water Pulse followed by Bubble. Find one more trainer here. Slowly completing our approach to the top and the gym leader. And here's the Rhyhorns we've been riding around. What a boss. Unfortunately for Rhyhorn, it doesn't have a whole lot of special defense. So, unlike Lunatone and Soul Rock, this one's going to be taken down right away by Water Pulse. Next up is Nose Pass. Once again, a Pokemon with Sturdy. Hard to take down in one hit. Look out, Thunder Wave. This is going to be a risky one. Until Honedge gets a steel move, it's not effective against all these rock types. So, I'm going to stick with Mura. Hope that it can pull through. Despite its paralysis. And this Onyx is lacking sturdy, so it does not take the first hit. And here's the summit. So before we go ahead and fight the gym leader, we're going to heal up. First with our last paralyzed heal, and then with a super potion, which thankfully we have quite a few of. And here we go, ladies and gentlemen. The second gym fight versus Grant. Starting with Amora, a water and ice type, or a rock and ice type, so we can still hit it with water. And it won't be able to do much to Squirtle in return, to Wartortle in return. It can, however, use Thunder Wave, apparently like every Pokemon in this gym. So if you have Cherry Berries, I planted all of mine, but this battle would have been quite useful to come in with your lead Pokemon holding a Cherry Berry, which would automatically cure it from paralysis once it's hit. That'll be a strategy to keep in mind for the future. Amora, with its strange echoing cry, is down. Wartortle reaches level 30. Next up, Tyrunt. This is probably going to be the other Falso, which would make it another rock type. So we'll go ahead and send out our Pokemon with Rock Smash. A proper dinosaur, a T-Rex, in fact, it looks like. Lowering Amora's Antoinette's speed. And again. Until finally it's faster. And there the Rocky Helmet came in handy, because we saw that Tyrunt tried to attack, and because it dealt physical damage, the Rocky Helmet damaged it. There it happened again. So all we need to do is hit it one more time, and Tyrunt is down. This round goes to Antoinette, the Furfrou. Nobody said that fluffy little poodles couldn't fight well. And just like that, Gym Leader 2, Grant, is down. He didn't even have the chance to use a healing potion. And TM Rock Tomb, finally a rock-type move for those of our parties who are lacking it. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, that concludes this segment.